Our continual gathering recognizes two things: that there are things to be gained in our assembly, and there are things to be lost if we neglect it. The calling higher is, from this perspective, an exhortation to sober-mindedness. We say that a lot of the things that were said this morning are right in line with the thoughts concerning this calling higher. Everything that we do is for a reason. Otherwise, we're just spending our time in vain. So every time we have any particular thing in our schedule, it has to be to a purposed end, something that will advantage us somehow. So that was really what I had in mind whenever I thought about the calling. How is the calling profitable to our gathering together? And of course it is to take our thoughts and to try to bring them together, like to settle our minds from the noise of the world and from other things, and then to kind of focus and center us on the purpose of our gathering, which of course we've heard much this morning about the things that we do throughout the week, how that the Lord is with us and we are with Him, and how He gives us thoughts and deliverance and victories, if you will, in living in the awareness of Him and of the Spirit, and not so much in the awareness of the things that drive our animal essence, if you will, the food and work, but to take all of these things and to sanctify them unto the Lord. But now the gathering is different. These are times that the world is less with us than at any other time, unless we bring it with us. And we can bring it with us. With or without noise, we can bring it with us. So this is a time when we purposely, and God gives us rest, if you will, from the pressures and the demands of the world, so that we can say very purposefully, no, you are not welcome. You are not welcome in my thoughts. You are not welcome in my affections. You are not welcome in anything that has to do with me now. So that it's like a higher way of living unto the Lord in these times, so that we can concentrate on even the little things, hone up things that normally we're not given the opportunity to be so careful about. And this is something that has really been on my mind. It seems like just physically I have been so fatigued, and I know some of the other brethren are oft-time troubled with that I'm just, well, I feel sorry for the people that are up here having to look back there, because it's not lack of interest. It's not lack of a heart for what's being said. It's just weakness. But as much as lieth in me, and by God's grace, this will improve, because it is my desire. Amen. So along with my apologies, it's not, I can guarantee you, it's not because I'm staying up late Saturday night watching TV. There is preparation the day before to prevent things like this. We bring, just like at Sinai, whenever the Lord was going to come down, He told Moses, tell the people, prepare yourselves. And in fact, there was a lengthy preparation. Well, we begin preparing the day before even for the Lord's Day, to take the things that would normally take our time and get them out of the way, so that they don't get us in a state to where we can't be settled in our thinking. And if it's not necessary, that it has to be done that morning. I understand we have to feed our children Sunday morning. We have to take care of the responsibilities, but everything else that can be done ahead of time, it's done and it's out of the way. Amen. So that we can give ourselves to these things. Now, we've talked about them being higher things and better things, but they really are only higher things are better and better things if that's what we truly do. If we're not making those kind of preparations, then we haven't actually, realistically, experientially known them as higher and better things. So, but when our coming together, these are times whenever we can concentrate on perfecting the things that we live throughout the week. Our demeanor, our appearance, our utterance. See, we can give more diligence to it here and to grow up and to mature in those things. But these are small. These are the little foxes that can spoil the vine if you let them. But it's in order that our ears be open. The knowledge that God is here. That we are part of his body in the earth. That we never gather together and Jesus be among us and be idle. Jesus is not idle in our assembly. Amen. And for us to be able to have the awareness, the spiritual awareness, the sensitivity, the perception, to see what he's doing in us as individuals, but also what he is working in the body and our place in that work. So that every single Lord's Day should prepare us to a better Lord's Day should he tarry. Amen. That there should be significant advance in us every time we gather together. Amen. And that will not happen unless we are as purposeful as the Lord is in our gathering. This is this calling higher. Now see, if you look at this from Sinai, it might sound like you'd better do this and you'd better do that. But now we're looking at this from the perspective of grace, where it is this much more is given unto you. Take hold. Be blessed. Be more joyful in the day of your Lord's appearing than you would have been if you hadn't been here and received what I'm ministering this day to you. Be a greater advantage than you could have been if you'd stayed away or if you had not come prepared and been. It's like allowing the Lord to pass by. We don't want to do that. He's here. Yeah. Let's not let him pass by because we didn't perceive he was amongst us. So this is a high calling because it's an ever ascending calling. We're never left where we were. When we leave here today, by the Lord's grace and because of his goodness and because of the things he's told us, we can realistically and reliably count on the fact that he is going to give us something, either enlarge something that he has been giving us, or that he's going to begin to open up something new. How many times has this happened where we're in the assembly and then all of a sudden something new begins to open up to us, collectively even, and delight us. Our hearts are thrilled with the things that God has given us to see of himself. See, he's setting his love upon us. He is making us more lovely to him. And so this is really, this calling higher is just to rehearse in our ears the opportunities, the blessing, the good, the forwardness of God to do us good. And that these times he has particularly ordained to work in a very aggressive way, if you will, in our hearts and in our minds, to provoke us, as he does me, with the things that I know that I fall short in there, to provoke us to desire what is right, so that we can call upon his name for the grace that is necessary to serve him acceptably, and to know that assurance of faith and the blessing of the salvation that he has wrought and the greatness of his person. There is so much more than what we have even begun to see, but we know that in the assembly that God is pleased to open these things up to us, and that by his grace, if we give diligence to it, if we show ourselves worthy, we know that God has much more for us.
Amen.
So